I am so embarrassed. This is Us, season 2. From the very beginning, I've been saying, I'm going to record a video. I'm going to record a video. I'm going to get to it. I'm going to get to it. And I keep forgetting, or not forgetting. It's just, life's been crazy. If you don't watch any of my other videos, if you haven't heard heard it through the grapevine, I have moved. I went house hunting. We moved. I purchased a house. I started dating. I have a life partner right now in my life, and we're looking for a long, a healthy future together. We're expecting a baby. Blah 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 blah. So let's talk about what's gone on this season so far with This Is Us. I'm sorry I haven't been done episode by episode, but right now I'm just going to do just a character study up to this point. And I can't remember what episode last Tuesday was, but it'll obviously be in the title. So Randall. Okay, Randall this season, they had adopted, or they had the foster daughter with them, and he just really embraced that. I think there was a lot of really fun moments with him and her, and him trying to be super cool, and her like a typical teenager, just kind of like, seriously, you're corny. I'm over you. And then the family going through that adjustment of, her leaving, and then him relating to the foster daughters, and I can't remember her name, I'm sorry, relating to her mother the way that he did. And one of my favorite lines early in the season was, she kind of insinuated that maybe his wife might be a Caucasian woman because, just by the way he acts, it's kind of very stereotypical. And he said, let me get this straight. I wake up to cocoa butter and a headscarf. I'm married to a black queen. And I just love that part because I'm like, coconut oil and headscarf. So I took that very personally. And so I just really identified with him. And then even up until this last episode, he had his interactions with Kevin about who received the best treatment growing up. And then he, at the very end of this last episode, he kind of explored his dad's apartment building. And at the end, he shows Beth this apartment building, and he says he wants to buy it. So I'm like super excited about what's getting ready to happen with him and the family and the cast of characters that can be introduced when you think about an apartment complex. So next person, Kate. It really hit home for me with Kate when she was pregnant and how excited her and Toby were, and then she had the miscarriage, and then coming full circle and being able to connect with her mother the way that she did. I was just kind of like, wow. She did allow her mother to come in a little bit. And then up until this last episode when she connected with the thin woman from the support group, who everybody was kind of like, why are you here? And come to find out, this woman's suffering probably from some sort of eating disorder like bulimia or something like that. And Kate and her connecting, and Kate sharing a little bit more about her past and how she liked that negative voice in her head. Excuse me. And that when she lost a lot of weight and she was skinny, she missed the voice that kind of beat her up, and she was talking about how much easier it was for her to be heavy than to be thin. And I thought, wow, this is really getting deep. And I'm really looking forward to seeing where her character goes and how they develop her moving forward. Is this going to be a breakthrough for her? At one point, I was actually, when my mom was visiting last weekend, I got her started on season 1. So we were watching all of season 1 together. And I realized that there was a time when Kate talked about having weight loss surgery, but it hasn't been mentioned again since then. Then we have Kevin. And Kevin, I mean, he was really going through this season and kind of feeling, one of the episodes I think was called The Third Wheel, and he was really explaining, or his experience of his childhood growing up was like he was kind of the forgotten one. Kate was Jack's favorite, and Randall was his mom's favorite, and he was kind of feeling like he was in limbo, but little did he know that he really wasn't in limbo. His mom and him had moments that he simply forgot. And I think it happens to a lot of us in childhood, is we can choose to, if we want to, only remember the good things, or we can choose to remember only the bad things. But I think it's good if we have a balance of each. So Kevin is kind of taking this spiral downward, and drugs, and kind of getting addicted to prescription pills. And I'm not sure if it was last season or this season when he lost his father's necklace, but he does mention that in this last episode. But even when he goes to rehab, I thought it was one of the best scenes was when they had family day, and Kevin really confronted Randall on called him out on some of his stuff. Like, your daughter was in the car with me. And, if you recall, one of Randall's daughters was in the back seat of Kevin's car when he got pulled over and got the DUI, and then subsequently ended up in the rehab facility. And I thought he really called Randall to the carpet and really made Randall think. But also, I think Randall also made some points to Kevin as well that he forgot. And so then we got to see a little bit more about Kevin and his experience. And it's not over yet, because it's still that plot line, still that story arc is still developing, even in the last episode when he goes and gets this suit. I'm just wondering what's getting ready to happen next. Like, what is going to occur at the prom or the homecoming or whatever, now that he has this suit. Meanwhile, Randall has kind of asked this other girl out via the Magic 8 Ball. You guys remember that. So I'm really curious to see where that goes in their younger years. And then, of course, we have Jack, and the end of this episode where they really went to the mall, I guess, to get the battery for the smoke detector. And then at the end of the episode, we look and see they completely spaced out about getting the battery for the smoke detector. So Jack's storyline, he's just Jack. I love some Jack. He's just been steady Eddie. He's been a support. I haven't seen anything. Leave it in the comments section below if there's some things that stood out to you about Jack in this season so far that you didn't really get from the first season. I can't think of anything right now. I don't have any notes. It's all off the top of the dome. Then we have Rebecca. And Rebecca, her character has always been kind of one of my least favorite. Now, Kevin was really one of my least favorite in season 1. And now I have my heart has opened to Kevin. But Rebecca, yeah, I mean, she's a good mom. I think her heart is in the right place. I love the way she showed up for Kate and was just like, I don't care what you're doing. I'm going to show up for you. I think she did the best that she could as a mother to those triplets. I think that she's a wonderful person. I look forward to seeing more about her, how she dealt with things after Jack's death. And then, of course, we have Miguel and Beth. Those two, they're kind of the peripheral character. And Toby. Toby's dance. When he found out that they were getting ready to have a baby, and he went to the coffee shop and poured that water over his head and was dancing. I said, Toby, you better do it. You better just do it. That guy is absolutely hilarious. Whenever he's on screen, I'm always watching him, looking at what he's going to do and what he's going to say. He is the best. Beth, her facial expressions say so much. Congratulations to Randall or Sterling K. Brown on his, I think it was a SAG award. Or Emmy too. Either way, I think it was an Emmy. He's amazing actor. All of them are amazing actors. I think there's an ensemble cast of great actors, great writing, wonderful storyline. Don't ever want to see Jack just disappear from this, because I loved him as an actor as well. But Beth is great. She's a great support to Randall. She is right on top of him, and I think she's what he needs. I mean, even in the last episode, she's kind of like, hey, listen, I need you. I need your help. I need you to be, I need you here. I need you to do something. I need you to get a job. I don't love getting up and going to my job every day either, but I have to. I go. So suck it up, bud. Toby, and then of course Miguel talking about, hey, he married his best friend's wife. We're going to get to hear more about that. That is absolutely the elephant in the room. We've all been thinking it. We've all kind of been side-eyeing Miguel. I know I was side-eyeing him the whole time. So we've all been side-eyeing him, and I'm looking forward to starting to like him. Last episode, he and Kevin had some interactions that were interesting, and but they weren't fully fleshed out by the end of the episode, like their conversation. And so I'm just looking for, even like present day, according to the show, they haven't really, none of the kids really, it sounds like, really understand how he went from dad's best friend to mom's husband. And that was clear in the first season. They didn't like him. Well, Kevin specifically. Great show. Love it, love it, love it. Can't wait for the next episode. Hope there's many more episodes in this season, and I'll try to stay up on it and do episode by episode so that I can get more in depth. But you guys, this is just, it's been a great season so far. It started off weird because it wasn't exactly the same as season 1, but it's picked up steam. I'm really loving it. Let me know what you think about it. What's your favorite things that have occurred, events that have occurred so far? Who's your favorite character? Who's your favorite actor? Anything about the show, leave it in the comment section below. Until next time, stay tuned, stay positive. Talk to you guys later. Bye.